What's good, y'all? It's your boy Trader Realist from Real Ass Conversations, and I got my boy here, Reggie Montana. He is my first guest on the video podcast. He came all the way out and he blessed me on a Sunday afternoon. What's good, Reggie?
Man, not much. Blessed to be here today, man. Appreciate the opportunity.
Anytime, man. You want to drop your social media?
Yeah, man. So follow me, main page, Reggie Jennings _ real estate page, Reggie J _ real estate.
So how that real estate game coming around?
Man, it's decent. I mean, it's a crazy time right now in the market, but it's good. Got a client right now looking to get her a condo. Got the leases going through pretty well right now too. So trying to make some money, trying to turn a quarter into $1. You hear me?
So my question to you is it a good time to even buy a home in a market where it's so crazy and inflation it's just skyrocketing?
It's situational, right? Like I never tell somebody like, hey, you should or shouldn't buy. Like depends on what you're trying to do. Just understand the consequences, whether good or bad. If you're gonna sell or try to buy right now, you better have some extra money in your pocket. And if you're looking to sell, you better be prepared to pay a little extra too. So it's all situational.
What do you mean by pay extra if you're selling?
So right now, if you're selling your home, obviously you'll most likely gain more. You'll be able to sell it over the actual like value of the home because of supply and demand. But when you sell the home, get that extra money back from the sale, you got to flip around and probably pay over the asking price. So if you're gonna sell your home, the best bet would be for you to downgrade, right? So you get more bang for your buck. I had a former colleague of mine who is changing jobs, just sold him and his wife's home. They're moving to New York, but they're moving into an apartment. So they finna pocket all that extra bread. So that was a good move for them. So
okay, what about you? When are you gonna buy a home? When is it gonna be good for you?
I mean, I'm thinking next year or either the year after that, I'm gonna give me a condo, man, and start there. You feel me? Like getting a house right now, for me personally, isn't the wave. For me, I would want to do that whenever I'm married and then working and had kids.
So what exactly is a condo? Like I hear like, hey, like my parents got a condo, you can stay in it, but what exactly is a condo?
Yeah, so generally you'll see them in larger buildings for the most part, right? They can either be skyscraper, can be seen in skyscrapers, or even look like they're apartment complexes, right? So it just varies on what it is. So essentially, a condo is something that you buy, right? So like in this complex we're in right now, this could be either a condo or an apartment complex, but the difference is like renting versus buying. So a condo is something you purchase and pay. You have to pay HOA dues and things of that nature. There's common space to utilize.
What's HOA?
Pretty much is the housing authority of like the entity of the condo itself, right? So they set the rules and regulations, what you can and can't do. Some homes have HOA fees as well. So pretty much like let's say for instance, like you bought a house in X, Y, and Z residential community. They might say, hey, everybody's garage in this community has to be outward facing towards the street. It can't be a side garage facing east or west. It has to face, let's just say, south, for example. So they might say, hey, you can't have red fences or whatever the case is. So it's different rules and regulations within those things just to keep things uniform and keep a standard with all those things. So
I was talking to my boss because like I'm at a point right now where I don't know whether I want to get a new apartment or get a new car. I was asking him and he was just like, you need to decide now because the price is just going up. He said for the next 3 or 4 years that inflation is going to keep increasing.
Right.
Do you see that happening?
Potentially, yes. I think uniquely speaking about DFW, from a real estate standpoint, folks moving out here, man. So it'll look different for like, let's just say Illinois, let's just say Mississippi, Ohio, right? We got large corporations moving here, specifically into Austin, obviously coming to DFW. I just saw something the other day. Goldman Sachs, a large bank, is bringing a headquarters here, which is going to bring a whole bunch of folks out here, right? So
them Californians,
New Yorkers, Coloradians, how you pronounce it. But to answer your question directly, buying a car, like buying a home, like it's once again supply and demand. We got supply chain issues. which is one of the heavy key factors, and obviously with the chips as well, speaking but with vehicles. So my personal opinion, this is not financial advice for anybody if you listening, so disclaimer on that. I would say you're better off getting a condo or a home because now you can gain equity in that. You buy a vehicle, as soon as you drive that joint off the lot, down the drain. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you need a vehicle, don't try to go out and get the G-Wagon. You know what I'm saying? You know, people love to flex right now.
I'm not no flexer, yo.
I know you not.
I stay in my lane, and people know that. I told my dad that I was like, I'm about to get a new car. He said he about to get you like a 2022. I said, no, let's talk about like 2018.
Facts.
Let's go down a few years.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a newer vehicle, but I don't think a brand new car is what I need.
Facts. Yeah. So, I mean, it depends on what your needs are, right? Let's just say, for instance, you're paying a relatively low amount for rent. Go ahead, grab your new vehicle because you got to be able to get from point A to point B. And plus, with the gas prices right now, too, having a car note and then paying for gas, you know what I'm saying? What they say, a paid off car is the best kind of car, right? So if your whip paid off, try to ride that thing till the wheels fall off, unless maintenance cost is through the roof.
Yo, facts, because maintenance is kicking my ass right now. Like, you know it's bad when your engineer tell you like, yo, so when you get a new car?
Sheesh, yeah, it might be time for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So I was just like, you know what? I really got to look into it. But
yeah.
I want something like a Jeep related, though.
Ooh, hey, I was thinking about that, too, whole time. Like, my car will be paid off next year. It's 2015. And I was like, man, I really want to hop in that Jeep. Because I got a 2-door. So it's like, hey, you get out so I can get in. Like, people have been frying me for years because of that. So I need to give me the 4-door and ride a little high, man. I'm in Texas now.
I mean, I don't really be driving with nobody, so a 2-door all I need for real. For me and a girl, that's all you need. It's not like we in college no more.
No, I mean, but look, like you like what, 6'3", 6'4", so like you gotta, get some space. You feel me? I'm not as
what you trying to say?
You tall, G. Like I'm 5'11", so I mean I need a little leg room, but yeah, just like having that space though.
I appreciate the honesty. He ain't say 6 foot.
I ain't gonna cap with y'all.
He said he 5'11", yo. He kept it a buck with you guys.
Look, a lot of cats be. I talk about men like they'll cap. Man, look, I'm 6'1". Stop it. Like you really 5'6", bro. Cut the cap. So I'm above, right at the average height of a man. Actually, I'm above it by like what, an inch or two. So yeah. All good, bro. All good.
All right. So talking about honesty right now. I brought you here for one topic. We had this conversation a couple times, but I just feel like I need to get it on a broader platform because it's interesting to me. Uh-huh. So the conversation I want to talk about is abstinence.
Sheesh.
So can you break down abstinence to me? Like, is it just no sex with your partner? Is it no like porn? You can't watch no porn? Like, what exactly is abstinence?
I mean, it's all the above, right? Think about just the root word itself. To abstain is to not partake, right, in its fullest form. So, to answer your question, is it not sex with your partner in any form, right? I know some folks love to read between the lines, watching pornography, things of that nature. So I know for me, that's something I have practiced. Currently doing my best to practice right now. One thing Traven know about me, I never cap, you know what I'm saying? So that's something I strive for, is to be the best man that I could be, but also do it at a high level. And I always accept my shortcomings, you feel me? So abstinence, yes, it's to abstain from it all, bro. It's tough. It ain't easy. For those trying to do it, it ain't easy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So can you say like when you first started to practice abstinence, like when you first started your journey?
Well, what's funny? Like, here's a little historical context, right? So, long story short, essentially in high school, I was dating this one shorty, and long story short, I got jammed up. My OG and them found out I was having sex, and at that point, I was like, man,
what age was this?
17.
17? You was clapping cheeks at 17?
Look at it.
Man, you were taking on the Pound Town at 17?
Dude, funny. Funny.
Real quick question before we get to that. Your first time, was you nervous or was you just like ready to go?
I mean, of course, I was a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a shorty too, so I really, we love to say like we know what we was doing, but hindsight 2020, I didn't, and she didn't either, which is cool. But as like the dude though, because I wasn't a man, I was still a boy. But as the guy in the situation, you want to perform well. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time you trying to get right. So yeah, context on that. So from that point when I got jammed up, I was like, man, I'm cool. So my next time like having sex wasn't until, bro, when I got to SEMO, man. It's like I was at my first college, didn't touch nothing, bro. But I was locked in though on ball, so I really wasn't even tweaking off that.
That's how I was in high school. I remember one of my homegirls, she was on last podcast, Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
She told me, she was like, I thought you was in high school just fucking everybody. And I was just like, yo, one, I was scary as hell.
Yeah.
And two, I was more scared of just being like the guy that had a kid too young.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was the one that was like good in sports. I was got the good grades.
Right.
I don't want to have all the people looking at me for like scholarships and like going to the next level. So I felt like if I have a baby,
Right.
it's going to ruin everything. And that's what, like when Teen Mom was on MTV, all that propaganda was out there. So
Right.
like to me, I was really scared to have sex because one, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and two is like, watch I be the one kid that have kids at a young age.
Right.
So high school, I was too scary. My first time having sex was in SEMO too.
Merch.
And my first time, I don't even think it was like, to me, it wasn't what I expected it to be. Like, I don't think it got real like good until I got in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I felt like when it was just like one off, like you really don't know your partner's bodies. But it's interesting because in high school, everybody just be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking, because it's like you don't want to be the one left out.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's like nobody knew what they was doing back then.
Nah, not at all. Like, and I talk about just the guys in general. Like, that was like a gateway. You know what I'm saying, to clout, to status. You know what I'm saying. Like if you say, oh, I'm clapping cheeks, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and the third, you think you get approval from the guys and then from the shorties too. You know, but when in reality, like, nah, that ain't even that. I mean, it was a lot of shallow stuff. You feel me? Back in high school, and even like earlier days, and I was saying in college in general. You know, some people, not all people, some people equate clout, meaning of life through, you know, having sex. You know, and disclaim once again, this is not a knock on nobody who may participate in those activities for compensation, right? But I think through
Compensation.
Look, OnlyFans is a real thing. Pornography is a real thing. So, to each his own. I guess you got to get it how you live, as they say.
Okay, so back onto the topic when we talk about abstinence.
Yeah.
So they say that semen retention has a lot of physical benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like your health and that your well-being has improved since you've been practicing abstinence?
Yeah, like from an energy standpoint, and I'm just gonna talk about the guys real quick and from personal experience. Anytime I, for a lack of a better term, relieve myself in that regard, energy literally, like I feel drained. You feel me? Like I'm like, dang. I feel like I just like either worked out or like played a football game, dang that. You know what I'm saying? But over the course of time, when that, because I would say essentially like releasing semen is releasing testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is not. I think it's the core of a man, right? It's what separates. You feel
Hold
me?
on. Rewind that. You said releasing your semen is like just releasing your testosterone.
Yeah, it's energy, right? Like
so it's not just white gooey shit.
No, look. Okay, first off, I'm not a doctor, but I'm like pretty confident. We might have to Google this for clarification. So for those watching and listening, do that for us right now. See what it is on that. But if you think about it, yeah, like it just ain't like water. You feel me? Like it's sperm cells in there that actually, when it hits an egg in a woman, creates life. That takes energy.
I don't know whether it's true or not, but they said that semen actually come from your like spinal cord as well, like come from your spinal cord fluid.
I- Look, I don't find that to be probably false at all. I mean, any kind of like fluid, like keeping my spine intact and like malleable, that takes energy too, of some sort. You know what I'm saying? So, but yes,
But aren't you supposed to keep your hips loose?
you got to. And having played DB in college, you got to keep the hips loose. But once again, to each his own. It's a matter like I said, what's important to you? You know what I'm saying? If as a man, if you find fulfillment in clapping cheeks, look, and releasing semen, go ahead, do your thing, bro. But if you're really trying to get somewhere, do things the right way, then it's a sacrifice, right? Everything that we do has a consequence, whether good or bad.
They also say that pretty much refraining from sex and like masturbation, porn, all that gives you more time to do shit. It gives you more time in your day. They say that the time you take, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be watching porn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna act like I'm like this perfect guy. Like, I'll be watching porn diligently. Okay.
He said diligently.
You know, so it's just like, to me, it does take a lot of time because, you know, I'll be going through things. I'll be like, I'm a person, I can't watch the same video twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, or it's like, you know, if I do come halfway through, I'm gonna say the other half for later. But like once I'm done, like that 30-minute or however long that clip is, I'm done with it. And honestly, you know, OnlyFans kind of fucked the game up because people aren't making content because they want to get it more directly to themselves. Right. And to be honest, I'm not paying for nobody's OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. No, I'd rather go the free ride about it. So the time it takes to go through the category, find the right video, I'm probably like an hour deep.
No, facts. Been there, done that, bro. Hey, look, once again, Reg been there, okay? It's almost like being on social media, G. Like, you'll scroll, and it's like clickbait, right? You see the initial like situation, like, this one might be good. You click on it, that was weak. You just wasted 10 minutes of your time, right? Trying to find a perfect scene. Yeah, man, it's a waste of time, fellas, ladies. You know what I'm saying? There's more important things you can do with your time that'll actually provide you a deeper sense of value, and impact on your life. So I would highly encourage y'all to reconsider, or at least think about it, take a step back, you know, maybe say, hey, on Tuesdays, I ain't gonna watch porn, and then take it from there.
I can do that.
Just try it. You know what I'm saying?
I can do that. I got faith in myself. Tuesdays, let's do Mondays. Mondays and Tuesdays. I do Monday and Tuesdays. Monday and Tuesdays, I'm gonna try to stay away from the pornography. Yeah. I'm actually trying to do like, you know, a 90-day cleanse of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like porn, masturbation, like it just get stuck into my craft, like it's podcasting, giving you guys like other creator content that you may like. And I do feel like when you get rid of certain things, you realize how much time in a day you really do have. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
There's been like plenty of times where I'm like, yo, this day just flew by is because I've been doing nothing but bullshit. But when you're doing things productive, like waking up at 5 a.m. and getting things together, you be like, damn, like today's a long day. Like when I'm like, tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow, I'm going to be doing this podcast. And during that time, it's going to, like, by the time 3 o'clock happened, I'm going to feel like the whole day went by. Yeah. Because I'm going to start like around 7 a.m.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. So when you get done, you feel me, you done found a perfect scene, you done handled your business. Tell me the process, like how you feel from like, okay, I'm started looking, I'm excited, it happens, and then when it's done, tell me like, talk to us about the emotions that you feel.
It depends on the scenario.
Okay.
So, scene A. Okay, we'll go scene A.
All right.
I almost feel disgusted with myself. Cause it's like, like, damn, like I really put in all this time to get that nut. Like, was it really worth it?
Yeah.
Scene B, I'm mad at myself because I came before the good team.
I'm crying.
I'm dead serious.
I'm listening.
You ever come at a scene and then you see the next scene and you be like, yo, that's what I was waiting for. So it's almost like it's like, damn, like I missed out on something. I missed out on the experience of it all.
Facts.
But those are like the only real two emotions I have. Like I do feel like everybody do kind of feel like nasty about themselves because you feel like, damn, this shit wet. And I don't know. I saw this on a podcast. It was pretty funny. It was like, you're a weird person if you like nut facing up. Like, say you lay on your back.
I'm crying.
So like if the nut hits yourself, it pretty much like you nutting on yourself.
Yeah.
And low key, that's the
yeah. Hey, they wild for that one. Like whole time, like it's, and that's what I was like trying to see. Like, so majority of the time, this is an assumption. Once again, I'm gonna talk about Reggie. I'm speaking I statements. Whenever I would do those things, did those things, majority of the time, I would feel like, dang, man. Like there was no the feeling of like accomplishment, like, man, I did this and I'm proud of myself was very slim. Like consistently, right? But like you said, when you spend time doing other things, whether it's like content creation, podcast stuff or whatever, I'm pretty sure that sensation lasted longer than the sensation or relief that one felt in that moment.
Hold on, but there do be sometimes
Okay.
when that nut feel good.
Right, but let's talk numbers though. Is that majority of the time? Half the time?
It's a good 1 out of 10. Like, I ain't gonna lie, all nuts ain't created equal, but niggas be trying to like catch that same nut, that one nut that they remember.
It sounds like a drug to me, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm guilty of being a part of that drug, right? Or have been part of that drug, right? You know what I'm saying? We trying to catch that same joint over and over again, and it's gonna be a constant chase, which is why we, you and I, you know what I'm saying, us, have continued to do it because we trying to find that perfect one over and over again. So it's always gonna be a rat race with that.
Nah, most definitely. And
Yeah.
I do feel like it does get in the way, and you do have to kind of like show some self-restraint in the whole thing. But when it comes to abstinence, how does it affect your dating life?
So it has partially, I wouldn't say fully. I would say 7 out of 10 times, like most shorties like respect it. There's only been like once, twice, like they was like, nah, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? So
They want that dick.
yeah, it's definitely been a couple shorties that be like, yo, this what I'm on. And I'm like, nah, I ain't on that. And it's unique, right? Cause here's the thing, fellas, majority of the time, like if you're seriously, genuinely working on celibacy, being abstinent, and you stand on that, most women are taken aback by that. You know what I'm saying? So don't just tell a shorty you doing that just to try to, you know what I'm saying, get in good, then try to, get active. Stop capping, stop lying with them.
So a lot of girls say they want a guy that's in the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A guy that practices what he preaches.
Facts.
But do you really think that what these girls really want?
Yes and no.
If you had to say a percentage, like give a percentage out there.
I mean, I think it's like 50-50 still. And I hate to be the neutral guy, but it is. Because on paper, it sound good and look good, right? But when it actually comes to the situation of like having a man that stands on something, not going to fold on stuff, I think from what a lot of women encounter nowadays, it's scary to them, which is why they take a step back and like, or they start playing tricks in their own mind. You know what I'm saying? So I think they do want it. So actually, I'll change my number, my percentage. I say like 70% of women want that and would love to experience it, but from past experiences, it throws them off when they actually see it and get it because they're used to a certain man approaching them, doing things to them, or whatever the case is. So I'll just say, like, men, we got to step up. I'm talking about black men. You know what I'm saying? We got to step up. And hey, look, ladies got to continue to step up too. But let's be frank, though. Black women killing the game right now across the board. Now, I see the face. Now, we can talk about some other things as well. But I'm a man, so I'm going to speak on being a man. We're supposed to be leaders of the home, stepping up. Because let's just be frank. A woman, and this from personal experience, a woman will, and here's a trigger word for a lot of women, a woman will submit to a man when that man stands on something is actually doing what he says he's going to do and doing things, quote unquote, the right way, right? So whatever that might look like for you, okay? I'm not deeming right way to be one linear pathway for some folks, but this from personal experience. But go ahead, Trav. I see you over there. I done got them started, gang. I done got them started. This is what we need right here.
You ever watch Power?
Bro, I watched actually I watched a couple seasons. I ain't getting knee deep in it because I got behind, so I ain't watched the whole situation.
I never got knee deep in either, but I got to a point where Ghost wife Tasha was upset because he was trying to better himself and get himself out the game. He was trying to do it legit. He was still making money, but he wasn't making that fast money, that drug money. So how many cases do you think it is that girls just want the thrill more than the actual ride? Like they rather have a quick thrill than actually take a full journey with a man.
Yeah, it depends what that man exposed to her initially, right? He exposed her to that fast cash life immediately, and she got used to that. So fellas, like, you have to be mindful of what you expose women to, right? So let's just say you starting to talk to a shorty, man. It's Roof Chris, it's Nursing, the Salt Bay dude, his restaurant, Tomahawk Gold Steak, Roses every Wednesday. You done set a standard, my guy. That's the expectation. That's what you exposed her to. So it depends, bro. Like, some women do want that, and I think once again, it's from what they've seen and been exposed to, right? Especially nowadays with social media, a lot of shorties have seen what other women have gotten and what kind of lifestyles they live in, and they're highly influenced by it. They're like, man, I want that. How can I get that? You feel me? And it's by behaving in a certain way or messing with a certain type of dude. So a lot of women, let me change that statement. Some women aren't willing to grind with a man, and it's a double standard, unfortunately. A man can be with, or should be, according to society standard, it should be okay for him to date or be with a woman who might be, quote unquote, struggling, not where they want to be in life. But if you flip it, a woman shouldn't be with a man who isn't at a certain position in life, right? And we've seen that consistently, a lot of different aspects, and it's messed up for real. So, but then a lot of shorties wind up being upset, looking down the line and saying like, and seeing that man, you feel me, going back and, man, I wish that I had been there in the trenches with him because now he done glowed up, he got the G-Wagon and all those things, man. So I think with a lot of the situations at hand, some women just, like I'll just say, it's just exposure, Fred Taylor, former football player, said exposure leads to expansion. So it's just figuring that out. And then I think in general, bro, people got to understand. Well, first, people got to think for themselves, number one. People got to think for themselves. And number two, like, once a person figures out how to think for themselves, they got to be able to make quality and sound decisions, know who they are and what they need and want.
You speaking some facts right now.
Look, man, I'm just trying to help the folks out, man.
So speaking on that, do you feel like a person should take responsibility on who they attract?
Yeah, definitely. Because what you display is what people receive initially, right? So if I walk into the grocery store, pants sagging, I'm just gonna stereotype myself right now. I'm a black dude. I got a beard and a lot of hair on my head right now. If I walk in there with a wife beater on, pants sagging, drawers showing, I'm giving off a certain energy, a certain type of vibe, right? So I'm responsible for that. And then how people react to me based off of what I'm giving off is just what it is, right? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So, and there's another, famous saying, dress how you want to be addressed, which is a whole nother conversation in itself. But yeah, people are responsible for what they attract, because I promise you, who I am on social media in real life, I haven't really had to deal with just relationship wise, right? I haven't had to really deal with a lot of like goofies, you know what I'm saying? Like certain women in the past, like they don't approach me, right? I'm just gonna stereotype once again, the bonquishas of the world, you know what I'm saying? I don't get approached by them, or they don't seem like interested
You don't
in
get no
me.
boquishas? No boquishas at all? No
Nah.
loquacias? None of
Well,
that?
look, they in their mind, they might be like, dang, like Reg look good, or who is this? But never has it been like on some, let me go holler at them,
Do you feel that they're intimidated by you?
Potentially. I hope that's not the case. Like, I'm a cool dude. I really just be chilling. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, come on. I mean, let's look at it. I don't gas too many people now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give my boy his roses.
Love.
My boy Reggie does a lot. He has 2 jobs, right?
Yeah, I'm a realtor. I'm a financial analyst for a real estate development company.
You have faith in the Lord, and you are continually trying to, practice different ways to show your faith towards him.
Correct.
You work out regularly.
Yeah, 5 days a week, sometimes 6.
And you know how to hold your liquor when you need to.
Look, got to stay on point.
And you're a natural born leader.
I appreciate that, bro.
I mean, that's real. And a lot of times, especially even when it comes to guys too, it's like sometimes you say you want something, and then when you see the real deal, you might be like, man, like, do I really like deserve this? Like, am I going to hold this person back? And a lot of times, some girls who may be not in the best situations may be intimidated by a man like you. They might just be okay with the dude who they know that's not going to go too far, but when they see a dude that really has goals, dreams, and aspirations, they might freeze up.
This is true, and it's a two-way street, right? Same thing with guys towards women. Here's the only difference, though. The guys they gonna shoot their shot. It's a lot of goofies out here that Lord knows, like, boy, you don't got no chance, but they gonna shoot regardless. You feel me? So, and I respect it. That's the nature of the game, because obviously most women, well, it's kind of changed nowadays. Like, women will shoot their shot now.
Nah, girls shooting their shot, they really fuck with you.
I mean, and it's always in a subtle way. You know what I'm saying? But
I ain't gonna lie. I'll be seeing this challenge on Facebook called the Gray Sweatpants Challenge.
What?
And these girls be wilding. Like this dude put a cucumber in his sweatpants, right? And he'll he'll go up to talk to a girl, and the girl just be like, "Can I touch it?" He'd be like, "Yo, what you talking about?" It was like, "Come on now, like I just want to touch it to see whether it's real or not."
What?
And for girls to be that bold, I know a few girls who probably would do that shit too.
Yeah, that's corny. That's corny to me. But yeah, women have gotten like more confident and bold, right? And I respect it. But as far as like intimidation, I mean, I think that's unfortunately a reflection of like self-perception, and where a person might be in their own life, which I think isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like if a woman found me to be attractive, but how I carried myself, they found it to be intimidating, then that might cause them to reflect on their own life. Like, man, like, am I doing what I need to be doing to get to where I need to be, right? And to, in my opinion, to feel intimidated, the answer is probably no, right? Being intimidated and nervous is two different things. A person can be nervous, that's fine. But intimidation is fear. You know, like that's like true fear. Like, I'm intimidated by you.
Some people are scared of rejection. They fear rejection.
Yeah, that part too. And most women are. Like, I've turned down some women before, and it
breaks your heart sometimes, because this is like, damn.
It was bad, bro. Like,
yo, you tell your word story, and I tell my word story, and I hope she ain't listening. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. She might, but this is the truth. So, long story short, like, I was in a relationship that ended at the end of 2020, right? Long story short, wasn't even talking to this one shorty, right? We had like communicated a couple of times, went and broke bread. Now I didn't know like Roof Chris, like we had went to like a little burger spot, and I told shorty like directly, like, I am not looking for no relationship, bro, at all. In one ear and out the other. There have been, I wouldn't say multiple times, but a couple times, and I got people that can vouch for this, where advances were made, and I'm not talking about friendly advances, right? And I was like, nah. Now look, Reg could have been on Demon Time. I could have been on 2013 Montana Time.
And that's what girls understand. Like, motherfuckers can take advantage of you.
Right. But once again, me trying to be the better person, I said, you know what? I don't like you like that. Like, you cool. I rock with you on that level, but if we was to take it to the next level as far as like sex goes, like that's unfair to you, because now you've caught deeper feelings.
Or why she doing that, Reg?
Look,
why she getting them deeper feelings?
No comment.
Okay, plead the fifth.
Yeah, I plead the fifth. So that happened, and literally, I kid you not, bro. Like, her whole like mood changed toward me. Like, so I got a lady now, and when she found out, like, her whole energy toward me changed. Like, we used to be like, hey, how you doing? Like, now she's like, hey. I'm like, dang, unfollow me on the media. Like, and this isn't the first time it's happened.
Followed.
Yes, this isn't the first. This happened to me.
What do you mean by that?
This happened to me this year. Well, last year going to this year. And then this happened to me a couple years ago too, with this young lady that I had like grew up with. I had been shooting my shot at for a minute, bro. And then like I was in grad school, she wanted to come back around. I said, I'm good, beloved. And she unfollowed me from, I'm talking about all social media platforms. I said, dang, this what we on? So that's my story, man.
Mine's a little bit worse. Like, I don't.
Look, I'm already knowing.
But mine, I didn't really know the girl. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me give you the backdrop of the story. Sometime in college, I don't know. Had to be probably 2014, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to Applebee's for those half off appetizers.
Need those.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I tried to call it in, and they was like, you have to be in house to get the half off prices. And I was just like, so I have to go in there and sit down to order them?
Yeah.
Tragic. Pull up to the spot. I ordered them, and I just want to ask for it to go box and leave, because I wasn't going to sit down to eat that shit, right?
Facts.
So as soon as she bring out my mozzarella sticks and boneless chicken, that's what I want to go get.
Right.
But as soon as she bring it out, she was like, don't worry about it, sir. The girl over there paid for your food.
Oh, no. Here we go.
And I look over there, and she just waving. You know what I'm saying?
Thirsty.
I wouldn't, you know what? She cool. I'm not even going to play her like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She cool.
Yeah.
So, of course, I start feeling bad. I'm like, all right, I got to say, like, thank you or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I go over there, and I was just like, hey. She was like, hey, like, come over here and sit down and eat with us. And I was just like, nah, like, I just really, like, I literally came here just to get my food and go, like, watch my shows. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I was just like, nah, like, I really just came out here real quick. And she was like, okay, can I get your number? And I was like, you get my Instagram.
Oh, you put what I
and that's how you know you. And that's how you know you get curved when they give you the social media. Like
Yeah.
they don't even tell you the number. Like, I could have easily get my number. And you know what? In hindsight now, because she's married now with kids, and like she's still cool.
Blessings.
She never like treating me awkward afterwards. And honestly, I would have been like, yo, fuck that nigga. Like, to be real, I would have been like, yo, fuck with this dude. I just bought this dude food. He gonna play me? But to me, I felt so bad because I was just like, damn, like I spent money on a motherfucker and I couldn't even get a number.
I mean, so was that her first time? Like, was that her first time like interacting with you?
Yeah, I never seen her before.
Oh well, no, she knew what it was. Like, I mean, for her to get at least something out of the transaction, like that's a win.
I would say now, if somebody bought me some wings, I probably would. I ain't gonna know. I might throw a little something. I might throw a little
Lord,
something.
hey.
It's like, nah, I saw a post where it was like, a girl was like, ladies, y'all shooting y'all shots all wrong. Instead of like going up to them at a bar, send them some wings. Hey, you want to know something? That might be it.
I mean, look,
she might know.
That's being clever, because most women, they not gonna like for them to come up and have try to spark a conversation. They can do it, but most guys will be thrown off. I'll speak for myself. I'll be like a little thrown off, like, what you on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like whenever a dude go up to a shorty, more times than not, they know what it is. But when it's flipped, it's some confusion involved. So, yeah, bro. For that to be the first interaction, like, yeah, she knew what it was.
And also, I was at a weird point in my life at that time where I didn't want like no girl to do anything for me. I felt like less of a man too. Now that I'm older, I'm just like, that's so kiddish of me. Like, there've been plenty of times, like, because we was college athletes. I wasn't,
Right.
I ain't had no money like that. And it seemed like every job I applied for was like the hours was during practice or something like that. So it wasn't like I wasn't making no real money. So I'm messing with girls who like really are like in the nurse field and getting like real bread and shit like that.
Facts.
And to me, it was just like, damn, like I feel like I'm mooching off this person right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for most men, that's a similar sentiment. Like I feel that way. And my pops told me, he was like, look, son, like when somebody trying to bless you, just accept it, And I was like, dang, like, 'cause I'm used to like giving, trying to add value to other people's lives. So for me to receive is awkward at times, but I've gotten a little better at it though, like just accepting blessings that people want to give. Because I mean, it's not the kindness of heart. For the most part, I would assume, you feel me? Because some people, sometimes there's motives behind why people do stuff for you. Like when Shorty bought you the wings, she knew, like she wanted something out of the transaction. I pay for these wings. Let me get a number or something.
Nah, most definitely. And that goes into my my last subject when it comes to like your income.
Okay.
So my question to you, and I saw this on Facebook, and it pretty much was saying that, people who have no money at all have better sex. Like they get better dick, got better pussy, because they are fucking for a living. They're fucking for survival.
Okay.
But a person who is on a higher plateau, better off in life, that has plenty of money, their performance may go down because they don't have to do as much. They don't have to really impress their partner. So do you feel like your income determines your sex performance?
No. To answer your question directly, I think honestly it might be the inverse. Okay, here's why. If a person knows they got a lot of money, like a man, let's talk for men, right? For some men, if they know they got a whole bunch of money, that's just, they can blow whenever, millions, billions, whatever. They might be like, look, I can give half effort and she'll still stick around because I got bread. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Joe Schmo, who living in a studio apartment, who sleep on his couch, only got like, a couple pieces of grocery in the refrigerator, he got a shorty coming over. He might have to perform. He like, look, I got to find a way to keep her around. You know what I'm saying? So
you never heard of the ain't shit nigga who give like good D?
Right. That don't mean he got a lot of money though.
I understand it. I'm saying that he's giving better dick because he don't have the money.
Right.
So he has to work on what he has.
Right. You got to bring something to the table.
That's what I'm saying. So if you have money it's almost like you can give some nonchalant dick here and there because you the man, you paying the bills.
Exactly. And most shorties, quiet is probably kept. They won't admit this. They would rather have be with a guy who has a whole bunch of money and probably provides average pain, you know what I'm saying, than a guy who don't got nothing and provides extraordinary, you know what I'm saying, pipe.
That's what they call husband dick. It's just like reliable. It's just it's there. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the best, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, I mean that's now granted. I mean and once again, it's what a person values. Some shorties value pipe over money, so they'll keep rocking with, you know what I'm saying, Larry Lord, you know what I'm saying, who selling crack on the street but providing good pipe instead of rocking with, you know what I'm saying, some successful millionaire who provides average pipe. So
do you feel like you gave better dick when you was broke or when you had money?
I feel like I've been consistent, right, in a good way. That's not me to my own horn. Like obviously, and this is gonna sound terrible. It is like when you work out, right? The more reps you do over the course of time, the better you get and the stronger you get, right? So you're talking about from the time like Reggie was a virgin up until this point, like obviously there's been progress, right, over the course of time. So
So you only got better as time went on.
I mean, that's always the goal, you know what I'm saying? And whatever I do, the goals get better at whatever I'm involved in.
A lot of niggas don't get better. A lot of niggas plateau at a certain point.
I mean, I feel like we all gonna plateau, right? There's always a point of diminishing return. Like probably when I hit like 65, 70, you know, I'm not gonna be performing like I was when I'm 30, 25, 20, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. So it's always a point of diminishing return in life. I don't care what you're doing.
All right. We're going to end this podcast right here. If my boy got time, we're going to do another episode as well for the Patreon, exclusive for the Patreon,
Facts.
which is patreon.com/RSC podcast. It only costs $4 to subscribe for exclusive content. And I want to bring you more things so I can make the podcast better. If you have any podcasts out there, anything you want to promote, let me know so I can put it on the podcast because we all eat together.
Facts.
Reggie, if you want to drop your social media one more time.
Yeah, and before I do that, man, look, subscribe to the Patreon, man. We got good content coming away. My boy Trave doing this thing. So social medias, main page, Reggie Jennings _ My real estate page is on there as well, but my real estate page, Reggie J _ real estate. Go ahead, follow the boy. I do follow back, and I'm on TikTok too.
Do you want to give anybody any roses right now?
Man, first off, I'll give you your roses first, bro. Thanks for the opportunity to be on here, man. It's good to be back on the pod. You're doing great things, man. Proud of you. I mean, we was in the trenches. You feel me? 1741 from the trenches, getting it in. So, but also like my family back home in Chicago, my mom, pop, sister, little nephew, man. To hear, love y'all. To my lady, man, appreciate you, love you too, and to all the men out there, black men doing their thing, doing the right things, and the black women too. So I salute.
You just blew mine out the water. Well, I want to give roses to you too, man. Like I said, you know, you one of the people that I actually look up to, man, a lot. Like, there's not too many solid individuals or solid men, you know, that actually keep their word, that always come through for you when you need them. And you're one of those people. So I want you to know you are a light amongst people that you do come across.
Love.
And, you know, you're inspiring, bro. And you're going to keep getting blessings because you're going to put that work in. I want to give a shout out to, you know, y'all out there, man. Like,
Facts.
the people who are watching, the people who do like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it. The ones that text me throughout the week telling me about their opinions on certain subjects. I appreciate all you guys, man. You know, it's all love. I want to give a shout out to my boy, Kyrie, your Mans and Them Live podcast. And if you're doing anything out there, you want to collab, let me know. I can do it virtually. I can do it in person. I can come to you, but my limit is 45 minutes driving. Just know that. But, you know, it's all love. Like again, subscribe to my page. My page for everything is Just Do Right Media. That's going to be the page for like everything I make creatively. My personal page is Trave the Realist, and my podcast page is RAC _ podcast. and that's on all platforms. If you don't want to go to the Patreon, you can always donate to my Cash App Traver Mabel. You're just helping the page grow. Like I finally got some headphones for my guests. I'm adding more things in because I want to make the experience better for the people that I have on and for the people that's watching. So stay tuned for the next episode. It's your boy Trader Realist.